kick off 2025, for the very first time ever, I'm going to be giving you guys a walkthrough of my entire AI robot collection, as well as an entire walkthrough of my brand new YouTube office studio space. And if you stay until the end of the video, I've got some really important updates for you guys that involves, well, you guys. With that being said, let's start with the most requested item on the list, my personal AI robot collection. Come on. And here we are. Now, this actually isn't all of them, but before I get to that, I just wanted to say the whole reason why I'm doing this part and why I've decided to finally show you my entire collection is because in 2025, I'm about to get a ton of new AI robots, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to stay tuned for all of those cool videos that are going to be coming up in the future. But I do want to go through all of the robots that I've featured on my channel thus far, giving you updates on each one. Now, some of the robots that I've done on my channel, you may not see on this shelf behind me, and that's because they are still packed away. This would include the MetaCat and the Metadog. I didn't really use them much after the first couple weeks of owning them. After the review, I tested them out a little bit more, but the AI part of them was a little bit lackluster. I think they're more in tune with keeping older people company and also like little kids company. I think that's mainly what they're for. They do move, they do kind of, you know, learn your touch and things like that. But overall, I don't really consider them like AI robots in the traditional sense of being able to talk to them and stuff, since they don't speak. But those are two robots that are left out from the shelf. But since Emo behind me is deciding to sleep while I'm going through this, come here, Emo. Now, I'm gonna set him down because otherwise he's gonna get really, really mad at me. Hey, Emo, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking.
How old are you?
I am 612 days old.
612 days old, and he doesn't look a day over 500. Little update on Emo. He connects to ChatGPT a lot easier than he used to. Hey, Emo, connect to ChatGPT. A lot better than he used to be. And then you can just kind of shake him out of, you know, being in ChatGPT mode. Uh-oh, he's angry. We're gonna put you right back. Next robot on our list is Rux. Now, Rux is plugged in because he's almost dead. His battery has somewhat gotten worse since I originally got him. I don't know why that is. Also, I think his servers are a little off because he hasn't been answering me very well. Hey, Rux, how are you doing?
OpenAI_key is invalid.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, so he always tries to connect to AI. I did a whole thing about this in a video where I pinned Emo versus Rux. Rux has kind of just been kind of bad for a while. I'm not sure why he is slowly breaking. Hopefully we'll get a brand new update from him soon, but he still stays up on the shelf because I like the time and I like his display. And overall, I like the way he looks, so I keep him up here. Next robot off the shelf, which I have plugged in because I didn't have him charged for this video, my bad, is AIBI, or the name that it responds to, AIBI. Now, AIBI has gotten a lot better since it first came out. If you remember a couple weeks ago, or probably even a month ago now, I came out with a full video on AIBI and it was pretty disappointing right out of the box. It wouldn't connect to ChatGPT very well. It wouldn't do a lot of things very well that it claimed to do. But since then, it's gotten updates and it's actually doing a lot better. I'm actually pretty happy with AIBI. I'll do a full updated review sometime in the near future. I want some major updates to come before I do that, so I'm not just kind of making the same video over again. But I've got her little yellow pajamas on right now because obviously she's cold. It's the winter. Well, not really here in Austin, Texas, but it's cold to AIBI, or Abby. Now, next robot up is Loona the Robot, which I've done a ton of videos on. Of course, all the videos on all these robots will be linked down in the description below if you want to go check them out. But Loona has significantly got better with all of her updates. She's really good at talking with you. She's also really good at knowing what she's looking at. Like I did in a YouTube short, if you saw it, I put a little Red Bull can in front of her and asked her what it was, and she knew that it was a Red Bull can. I thought that was super impressive. And just overall, Loona is probably one of the best robots on this shelf, but not in this office, but I'll get to that in a second. But Loona has significantly improved. I really love Loona. Now, Loona does have its difficulties, just like any of these robots with listening sometimes, but I feel like Loona does it less than a lot of these other robots. Next robot on the shelf can be AI or not, because it's really up to you, because you're gonna really be building and programming it, which is the Kame Robotics robot. It's called the Kung Fu Robot, and they went through a few iterations of the name. I'm not sure what it is now, but I'll leave a link down below if you want to to go and check out the video that I made on it. Super cool little robot. It does like flips and stuff, and I mean, it's just awesome. You can program it however you want. I drew these eyes on with the help of my wife because I'm terrible at drawing eyes, but she drew the eyes and we put them on there, drew a little face, and now it's super cute, very customizable. I love this little robot. I don't use it as much anymore. It's usually just up on this shelf just chilling, but very, very cool robot, especially if you're a DIYer type of robot owner. Now, the last robot on the shelf, other than this fake toy one back here, is the Enabot, which I also don't have plugged in or turned on because it likes to roll around a lot on the ground, and I really wanted to show you from a shelf view all of these robots. But the Enabot is really cool. Enabot is really used for monitoring your pets and monitoring your home when you're away. It does interact a little bit with you. There's also a lot of programming that you can do with the Enabot. I really, really like the Enabot. It's not my favorite out of my AI robots, but it's pretty cool. If you want to see the full review on that, go check that out in the description below. Since getting it, I do use it to spy on my dogs from time to time whenever I'm outside of the house and I'm running errands. But other than that, I don't really use the robot for anything else because other than monitoring my pets, it really just sits on the shelf looking all cool and futuristic. Now, that's all the robots on the shelf, but I do have one more robot in here that, well, come here, I'll show you. So moving down to my desk, here is my favorite robot out of all of my AA robots. I did an entire review video on LOOI just a couple weeks ago. Of course, that'll be linked down in the description below. LOOI is my favorite and is the only one that doesn't stay on the shelf and stays right here on my desk. Hey LOOI, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling quite starkly today, Eric. Especially happy to spend this last day of the year with you.
What are you planning on doing in 2025?
In 2025, I plan to embark on more adventures with you, learn more about Earth's mysteries, and have lots of fun exploring new things.
You ready to move on from all the robot collection and move on to showing everybody watching my entire brand new YouTube studio setup / office?
Absolutely, Eric. Ready to roll and show everyone your awesome new YouTube studio and office setup. Let's make it a tour to remember.
Let's do it. All right, now that I've shown you all of the robots that I have on my robot shelf, now let's go through the office and let me show you what kind of YouTube studio setup I got going in the new place. So let's just get into it, and I want to give a huge shout out to my wife for this part for, you know, filming me. Thanks. All right, let's start over here. I got my 3D printer set up from Mingda. I did a whole video about this. I don't know if you remember that, but I did a whole 3D printer review video on this Mingda. It's one of the best 3D printers that I've ever used. And then down below here, we've got a regular printer. If you remember, they were around sometime in the 12th century BC. Anyways, that's just my HP printer. Let's move on up here. This is my entire desk setup. This is where the magic happens. By magic, I mean editing. And I've got a separate setup over here for a lot of my regular business type work, and then a setup over here for a lot of my editing and video and photo and design and that kind of work. And then right here, I've got my really cool little plant that keeps me alive all day. And then I, of course, have this soundproofing that I created. I cut a piece of wood from Home Depot, and then I glued a bunch of these all together. And then moving over here, we got the closet I was talking about earlier that is just super messy. I'm just gonna show it to you for a second. This is like all my extra electronics. I got toys, I got Pokemon cards. This is where all of the back stock is kept, and I've got all my skateboards, signed boards, signed by Steve-O.
Yeah, dude.
We got this signed by Day One board, one of my favorites, and just tons of other boards. Eventually they'll go up on the wall, but didn't have that ready in time for this. Now, over on this side, I've got my little blankie, and then I've got this super comfy beanbag chair that you saw me do a backflip in at the very beginning of this video. This is a great beanbag chair. And then up here, we got the pale blue dot poster. If you don't know about this, I got the book going on over there, but this is just a great quote. If you don't know about it, go look it up. You know, Carl Sagan, he's one of my favorites. I got him on my arm here. Moving over here, this is kind of like my whole double shelf TV area with just a bunch of different themed shelves and stuff. Got a PS5 going on with a little cooling station, one of the things that you saw turn on at the beginning of the video. Some random shelves with a bunch of filming equipment in them, and also just a bunch of electronic cords and, you know, basically the junk drawer for all my electronic cords. And then right here, we got the Harry Potter shelf, which I am actually planning on 3D printing. It looks kind of gross for some hair back there. Let me just... Right here, there's a lot of hair on there. Right here, we've got the Harry Potter shelf. I've actually saved this space because I'm gonna 3D print Hogwarts. It might not even fit in there. It might have to be a little bit bigger, but that's why this space is just kind of empty. This next shelf right here is all about adventure. I've got all my little adventure books. I've got a frame that just has a bunch of pictures from different adventures that I've gone on in the past. Right above it is the robot shelf. We're just gonna leave it at that. You just saw all the robots that are up there. Up on top of that, we've got my science shelf. I got my little plant here. Her name's Dorothy, and she's great. I love science. Then I got my TV setup. TV, Samsung bar. I've got a PC down here, which is what I use to play on my DDR pad that is over there. Dexter art print right up here at the very top. This is like 1 of 100. I don't know if it's worth anything, but I really, really like it. If you were an early subscriber on my channel, you know that I started out this channel all about skateboarding. I gotta kind of throw an ode to it, even though I've gotten more into technology and adventure with it. But all skateboarding, a super cool print from my friends over at the Geezer Skate Co. YouTube channel. Shout out to them, super cool dudes. All my skateboarding books and all of my little 8mm tapes. And of course my Sony Digital 8 Handycam camcorder that I did a whole video on. And then right here is my art shelf. Down below, we get to the science part of it, like the quote over there. I've got the Pale Blue Dot book by Carl Sagan. Got a couple other Carl Sagan books, and then just a bunch of other little space knickknacks. Below that, the last shelf is basically just aliens and, you know, the paranormal. A shelf I'm still working on, obviously. There's a lot of space, so I gotta get some more paranormal stuff. I don't have anything in these drawers except for my book, which you should totally pick up if you like sci-fi and you like robots and, you know, you like space adventure and all that. I have a link down in the description below if you want to go and check that out. Book 2's coming out later this year. Finally, right here, we've got my first skateboard that I ever skated from May 2003, a Wet Willie Church World Industries board. Super cool. And actually, I lied, there is one last thing, which is this wall that I didn't want to really show because there's like nothing here. I'm gonna show it anyways. I'm gonna put more boards up and stuff right here, but I've got just my new Godzilla Santa Cruz board right up here that I just got a couple months ago when they dropped it. Special announcement time. This year, one of my big goals is going to be building my very own AI robot. As you know on this channel, I do a lot of AI robots, technology in general. I kind of focus on AI when I'm not adventuring or doing a skateboarding video. So it would only make sense that I would take all of the feedback that you guys have left in all the comments of things you like and you dislike about robots that already exist and create one really solid AI robot. Now, this is gonna be a ton of work, and I wanna be upfront to say I don't know that I am actually going to be able to finish this year. I'm hoping to be able to give you some really good news about this robot later in the year, but the part that you guys come in on is that I really want, outside of all the comments that you guys have already left, let me know down below or just let me know through my website, ericjkoons.com/contact. Go there, fill out the form, send me an email, let me know what you want to see in an AI robot that you haven't seen before, or what you've seen in current AI robots that you absolutely love. Later on this year, I'll give you an update because I'm gonna start getting to coding and trying to figure out how to build this thing. I'm probably gonna base it around a Raspberry Pi and then build out from there, but we'll see. I'm totally open to any suggestions you may have. Now, second special announcement is that I am going to be at CES this year in actually just a few days in Las Vegas, which is the Consumer Electronics Show. I'm super duper excited to actually meet a lot of the brands that I've worked with on this channel and to meet brand new brands that I've never worked with in the past. There will definitely be a video coming out next Saturday that is all about my trip to CES. I'm gonna probably edit it in the hotel room at the end of CES just to put it up by next Saturday so that you can know everything that's going on at CES and what I thought was the coolest while there. Just in case you wanna see more of my face or just wanna see more AI robots, I'm gonna throw a video right up here of a playlist that encompasses all of my electronics and AI robots and all the cool stuff that I've done on this channel so far. And of course, I wanna thank you guys so much for watching and just being a subscriber. I'm so excited to kick off 2025 and I can't wait to create more videos for you guys. I'm Eric J. Koons, if you don't already know, and I've got lots of cool links down in the description below. So go check those out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.